Perkins presents America, a great country. Reason number 11. Think about it. You can drop an envelope in a small box and someone will take it and deliver it clear across the country for just 47 cents. Come celebrate that American greatness with Perkins' new Great American Breakfast. 8 new creations from across this great land, like the California Avocado Benedict. California, almost 2,600 zip codes. How do they do it? The Great American Breakfast, now at Perkins. Click the banner on your screen to explore the menu.
Blog Talk Radio.
Hey everybody, this is the Coast to Coast Radio Show. I'm your host, Ron Fitch. And today we are going to talk about the NBA playoffs and a little Major League Baseball. But what I really want to get into is the Golden State Warriors' dominance. They have been the most dominant, and I mean the most dominant team in the playoffs. I've been very impressed. They destroyed Utah at home, Game 4, 121-95. And what I loved was the complete balanced scoring of the Golden State Warriors. It was terrific. I mean, Kevin Durant, 18 points. Draymond Green was the guy yesterday with 17 points and 9 rebounds, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists, and 2 steals. And they're fun to watch. I mean, if you're not like a Cleveland fan or a San Antonio fan, you just sit and watch basketball. A lot of teams run the style that Golden State run. A lot of people are running the pass, cut to the basket, backdoor cuts, dribble drive, kick out the three. There's 3-point shots not open. You're swinging around till the man is open. The only difference is Golden State does it with a little flair, and they also do it with a lot of talent, and their skill players are really good. And you implement this style, and they're on autopilot. Even though Steve Kerr is down, Mike Brown is more than capable of doing what he has to do as coach, because these guys are self-motivated. They want to win badly. Kevin Durant is desperate for his first title. So he doesn't care about 18 points. Steph Curry went off, and now he's starting to shoot it a little better. And Klay Thompson he had 21 points. He hasn't even gone off yet. And that's the scary part. And then you're getting 12 points out of JaVale McGee, who's been a godsend with his shot blocking, with his rebounds, his ability to get dunks off of backdoor cuts or fast breaks. It's just been impressive. It's been very, very impressive. So I do like how they're going about their business. And Golden State's been terrific, as has Cleveland. And I'll get to that in a minute, but I do want to talk about tonight's game. And we got the next 2 days, we got some big Game 5. And tonight is San Antonio and the Rockets. The Spurs get blitzed in Game 1. They come back strong in Game 2, desperate at home, not to lose their first 2 games at home. But then the Rockets, and then they come back in Game 3, and the Rockets, I don't know if they're flat, they were off. Then Game 4, the Rockets were on. And the Spurs were fighting for a while, and then the Rockets, they wanted a little more. They wanted to tie the series. And I figured they were going to tie the series. Now, Game 5, what to look for? Tony Parker's not playing. Can they get Patty Mills in this comfort zone? Patty Mills not the point guard like Gasol. Murray has got to play well. You got to make sure DeJounte Murray is comfortable, even though he's a rookie. I know Popovich is going to be in his head. The importance of not turning the ball over, getting the Rockets going. Another key for San Antonio is to not let Harden just go off, get Aldridge caught on the screen and rolls or the pick and roll, where Aldridge and Gasol are out there naked at the 3-point line with Harden, where he's going to dance with his dribble, or he's going to shoot the 3, or he's going to drive. And when he's driving, he's looking for Capella And if you take away Capella, he's going to look for either Ariza or he's looking for Anderson. And Ryan Anderson is on right now. He was a little off, but he's on. He had 13 points. He hit 3 3-pointers. Ariza's shooting the ball well. Patrick Beverley's playing pretty good. He's playing pretty good. He's scoring. And, he's going to hound Murray. He's going to hound Mills. You don't have Parker in there to deal with it. Even when Parker was in, he hounded Parker, but Parker's experienced. And off that little pick and roll at Spurs run, Parker could hit that little mid-range shove shot at the foul line that keeps them on schedule. The Spurs have to stay on schedule to win this kind of game because the Rockets are going to look to win this because you're probably not going to win a Game 7 in San Antonio. Game 5 is hard enough to win in San Antonio. The Rockets have to win this. I picked the Rockets in 6, so I'm gonna pick the Rockets tonight, but I'm not going to do it with a lot of confidence because you don't really want to be picking against the Spurs. The Spurs are not as talented as they normally are. And Aldridge would have to show up big inside. And, of course, Kawhi Leonard is going to give you what you give you, but Kawhi is the primary ball handler. They usually move the ball a little better, but because they don't have that kind of talent out there, Danny Green's not a good dribbler. You got just Kawhi Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard can't give you 16 points like he did in Game 4. Kawhi Leonard's going to have to give you 30-10 tonight for them to win. And then, because you know what Harden's going to do. He's going to give you 28 and 12 assists and rebounds and whatever they need offensively. You know what he's going to give them. And I wonder at the end of the game if they put Kawhi Leonard on Harden. They haven't done that a lot because they get caught on pick and roll, and then Kawhi's no longer on them, and then they got Aldridge or Gasol on them. I wonder how Popovich is going to make any adjustment. I like the Rockets in that game. Then we got the Celtics and Wizards. And this has been a home court series, like I thought. The Celtics had Game 3. They had an opportunity to win Game 4, with a big lead early in the second quarter. Then Washington just completely blitzed them. And then the third quarter, look at these numbers. The Wizards outscored the Celtics 42-20, and it was John Wall. Because John Wall was up and down the court. It was almost like the Indy 500, the way he was up and down the court, getting steals, just playing great. 5 steals, 27 points, 12 assists, 3 rebounds. He just played big. I thought Isaiah Thomas hasn't played as well on the road. He was great at home, but not as well on the road. He's going to be back home. The Celtics got to get this game, but the Wizards could have won Game 1 with a 16-0 lead early and then blew that. Then had a lead most of the game in Game 2. So they're feeling like, you know what, we should have won in Boston. So let's go finish. Beal hits a shot late in Game 2, and you think the Wizards are going to win the game, and then Isaiah scores 2 free throws, drawing the foul on Gortat. They go to overtime, and Isaiah Thomas takes over. If you're the Celtics, you want to make sure that doesn't happen again, because what if Beal hits that same shot? Maybe you don't get that foul call. Maybe you don't get that game. And you don't want to be Boston losing Game 5 going back to Washington. I think Washington could win in Boston in Game 5, but I don't think Boston could win in Game 6 if they're down 3-2. I just don't think that. So this is a must-win for Boston. A must-win for the Spurs and a must-win for Boston. And then I want to get to the Cleveland Cavaliers. They were dominant, beating up on, almost bullying the Toronto Raptors without Kyle Lowry. They didn't have a prayer. And it looked like, as per usual, LeBron James just had this habit of mocking his opponent like an inferior opponent early in the early rounds. I see him stick his tongue out one time they played Charlotte when he was on Miami. I've seen him mock opponents. He does like that. I don't really particularly care for that, but, he did what he did. He was averaging over 30 a game. His numbers were phenomenal. Kyrie Irving's numbers were phenomenal. And Kyle Korver is shooting three-point shots. So they're getting that going. So they're getting enough balance where everybody's doing a little, everybody's contributing. The only thing I want to see out of Cleveland, we're probably not going to see that until the Warriors series. What kind of defense you're playing? If your stars aren't going clean off offensively, and you got to go out there and stop your opponent, can they do that? That's the only question I got when it comes to the Warriors or the Cavs. And they both should get there. If they do get there, either the Warriors are going to get them in 7, or the Cavaliers are going to get them in 6. I'm going to pick the Warriors in 7, but if it's 3-2 Cavs, the Cavs should have with LeBron and Kyrie, they could close them out in 6. But if the Warriors get a Game 7, LeBron's not going to beat Kevin Durant in a Game 7. Not 2 years in a row. I think it's different. Draymond Green's not going to get suspended, so he's not going to have that advantage. And Golden State's a lot deeper, and I think they're better off, a better position to win the championship this year. And that was good. Now, I heard a story about how Kevin Durant and Westbrook reached out to each other, and they were talking. I thought that's cool. I think that's really good that they do that. They had a lot of good years together at OKC, so I did like that. I like how Kevin Durant did what he had to do. Now, when we're going to talk about Major League Baseball, the Mets beat the Giants yesterday 4-3, and they're 15-16, but they're trending up. They're starting to make their move. It's still early. I don't trust the Washington Nationals. I trust the Mets more than I trust the Nationals. But we'll see. The Mets can't beat the Nationals. Well, they took 2 out of 3 from the Nationals. But I like the Mets. If the Mets can get healthy, and they can make a move or two at the trade deadline, they got more mental toughness and a little more intestinal fortitude than the Nationals. I do this. I don't trust DC teams, even though I'm looking at the Capitals playing well. The Wizards are playing well, and the Nationals are playing well. I just don't trust them when it's time to win it all. I just don't trust Washington and Atlanta teams. And that's been my theory. And until I see somebody hold up a championship trophy, I'm going to stay that way. And then we have the National League Central, which is a mess because the Cardinals, Reds, and Cubs are about 500 teams. The Rockies are hot. It's going to be interesting to see them play ice-cold Chicago Cubs team. The Astros are really good. And, of course, the Indians are good. The Astros, Indians, and Yankees, and Orioles, and Red Sox, I'm all going to be watching those teams. Everybody else in the American League, they're just treading water. The Red Sox and the Red Sox and the Orioles are looking up at the Yankees. The Yankees are hot. The Yankees are here to stay. They're going to be here a while. Because I love that lineup, and then they're going to get Sanchez. Sanchez is back, and then Bird is going to start hitting. And then you bring a guy like Chris Carter off the bench. He strikes out a lot, but you got to be careful because he'll take you deep. So now there's length in their bench, and their bullpen's terrific with Clippard and Warren and Betances and Chapman. So you want to normally when you're playing the Yankees, you want to get them early because they'll close you out in the end. Before I go, ridiculous. Canelo versus Chavez. I thought Oscar De La Hoya sold us all really good. Chavez didn't even try to win. And he was smiling afterwards. It made me sick to my stomach. I thought you were a Mexican warrior. You're nothing like your father, and you are a fraud. And you should never, ever pick up gloves again. Ever again. To my time, there's people wasted their money. People wasted their money going to the fight. It was a sham to make Canelo look good. Well, I love Canelo. But it was a sham to make him look good. This is another problem with HBO, putting these dog fights up. And Showtime has passed them by. And they're probably too arrogant to notice that. And you need Golovkin and Triple G and Canelo fight. They need that. They need more fights than this. Kovalev and Ward help too. On to the next one.
Daddy, where do babies come from?
Honey?
Mommy went to the store.
Oh, well, you see, there's a mommy and a daddy, right?
Right.
And see, when they call Geico, they could save a bunch of money on car insurance.
Oh, really? And that makes them happy?
Yes, that makes them very happy.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we could have this talk, Sunshine.
Geico, because saving 15% or more on car insurance is always a great answer.